What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Deontay Wilder said this via Boxing Voice today. He said that he feels like Tyson Fury will use the excuse when he loses that he didn't have Ben Davidson in his corner to set up another fight with the two. He said he feels like all the changes around Tyson Fury, the weight gain, the change of trainers, he doesn't want to hear any excuses where he wasn't in shape or he wasn't ready for the fight. If he would have done better when he knocks him out, if he would have been with Ben Davidson, he would have actually done better. I don't want to hear any excuses because that's what it's making me feel like. He said as far as the trainer change, he says that when you're doing bad habits for so long, it takes years to correct the things that you have to accomplish with a new trainer. And you can't do that in a short amount of time dealing with a new trainer. Those were the words of Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Now, oddly enough, this is written confidence all over it. And about 75% confidence and 25% hypocrisy. And I'm going to explain the 75% confidence first. This shows that Deontay Wilder is very confident that he's going to knock out Tyson Fury, man. It seems like, look, this is destined. I'm going to knock him out. Don't wait. Make the date. The date is made, so you have to be laid. But this shows confidence because he's looking at it one way that, hey, this fight is going to go and come with Tyson Fury in a knockout. And you know something strange? That 75% of confidence is also, I agree with. Why? Because Tyson Fury is changing his opponents to go in to fight a style. It's ballsy. It's unlike himself. Will he be able to do something that he's not accustomed to doing? You know, can you make a butterfly a wasp? That's the question you ask yourself. Can he do that? Will he be able to do that with Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder hasn't changed anything, basically. And that's one thing that I picked up in a lot of his interviews from BT Sports and Fox and all that. He hasn't done, you know, according to JD's, he hasn't done anything different. He hasn't changed anybody. Nothing has really changed in his camp. It's all remained the same, whereas Tyson Fury has changed a lot of things. The cut man, the head trainer, you know, the only thing that really remained the same is the person that is the strength and conditioning coach. Even the way he eats is different. You know what I mean? He's eating more. He's putting on muscle mass. He's doing these type things that
help to clear these veins and back down in there.
He's doing these things of that he really not accustomed to, you know, and that muscle is not, I don't think it's really a good thing. But hey, it's one of those things where if you want something you never had, you got to do something you never done. However, there's another saying, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if you try to make something, if you try to make something that that's already fixed better, you might end up breaking it. You know, we'll see. You know, but that's all experimental. But those signs, none of this looks good. It looks very curious. It makes you curious. You're interested, you know, to see what Tyson Fury is going to do. But then again, here's the other thing to it. Tyson Fury did, by omission, he did admit that he did admit that he will he did admit that he misses Ben Davidson in his corner. So if he misses Ben Davidson in his corner, you know, that's a sign that maybe he should be in his corner. And like I told you guys, he's looking at a situation where Ben Davidson is for moral support more than anything else. He's for moral support. He's got a guy that has been there in his darkest times. And even when he's in his darkest times, You know, that is probably a guy that he needs for that type of support mentally. You know, when you have a person that made your zone, your comfort level more comfortable, okay, that's probably who you need. So like I said, my advice was not to get rid of Ben Davidson, but to add Javon as the head trainer. You know what I mean? Similar to what to Anthony Joshua did. They added another person, sure they did, but in the long run, they didn't lose a guy that needed to be there, that kept it comfortable for Anthony Joshua and his team. He didn't make it hectic or awkward, because that's what it appears. That's what it comes off. It comes off as though Tyson Fury and Ben Davidson, of course, you know, they said he left on his own accord, right? He left on his own accord. And since he left on his own accord, it's one of those things where there could have been some type of, hey, all right, man, well, I'll just leave, you know, because you're trying to get somebody else in the camp. You're trying to get somebody else to replace me. So if I'm not going to be head trainer, I don't need to be here, and I got other things to do. We're still cool, but this is what it's going to be. And to hear Tyson Fury say that, yeah, I miss Ben Davidson, that might be something mentally weighing on him, the decision he made for him, or what he said to him, to influence Ben Davidson to leave. So if he does get stretched, that could be one of the things that he brings up. If he brings that up, it's like, okay, well, that could be labeled as an excuse, you know? So, but here's the thing. Let's look at the bigger picture with Deontay Wilder. Maybe, just maybe, Deontay Wilder himself isn't, in fact, you know, trying to talk up a rubber match himself to avoid other things. So I look at things, bro. You know, I hear what people say. Yeah, when I stretch Fury. Yeah, okay, but when you stretch Fury, you claim all the lineal, all the ring magazines and all that dies. None of that will matter except the WBC, because the WBC champion stretched the guy that claimed to be all these other things, right? Okay, well, now you're saying, oh, I don't want any excuses, then you're going to ask for a match. Well, that's telling me that you're inviting another fight. That's telling me that you are encouraging him to have another fight, right? You're accepting the idea that he's already lost because he'll make excuses, so he'll ask for a rematch. So it's probably your way of saying, oh, wait, I know he would make that excuse so he can have his rematch. Okay, well, that's what you're doing. That may be what's happening too, right? Now, the 25% hypocrisy, this is where this comes in. It takes years, like Anthony Joshua said, it takes years to change bad habits and the things that you do. Years to change them and get them right. Especially with a new trainer, when, you know, bringing in a new trainer. Okay, well, here's the deal. All the bad habits that Deontay Wilder does himself, and all the things that he boasts on for being not skillful or unorthodox or not as savvy as most people, or I only have to be perfect 2 seconds. Well, if you're in there with a puncher, that's not necessarily true. So, and the thing is, you've been with the same people forever, and you still do the same shit. The same flaws, the same bad habits. Deontay Wilder does. So he has his own bad habits, people. You know, that's where I seen the hypocrisy in it. I'm like, well, you're talking about Tyson Fury and his habits. You know, well, he does have a better ring IQ, boxing IQ than Tyson Fury. So it's like you want to talk about changes and bad habits. And I think, honestly, if Dominic Breazeale made Deontay Wilder go back to the basics, what do you think he should do with Tyson Fury? So the question you ask yourself is, should Deontay Wilder change something in the rematch with Tyson Fury due to the fact that he couldn't catch Tyson Fury sooner than in the 9th round? You see what I mean? Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to work on tweaks and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of footage of Deontay Wilder in the ring. You know, he's doing the long jab. He's throwing a jab a lot. Follow with the right hand and the left hook. You know, and the straight right in the left hook. So we've seen a lot of that. We've seen a lot of that going on in that situation. So it's like, okay, you know, maybe I know what they're working on. They're working on where they left off in the 12th round. That's what I take from it. I gather from it. But yeah, back to everything as a whole, this is what I'll say. Deontay Wilder speaks with confidence. I think, you know, he feels that he's going to knock out Tyson Fury sooner this time. But Deontay Wilder also has this bad habit, so I think he needs to worry about his bad habits than Tyson Fury's bad habits with a new trainer. Worry about yours with your same trainers that you've had forever, right? And Deontay Wilder better win. Why? Because if you don't want any excuses from Tyson Fury, we don't want any excuses when Tyson Fury beats you, if Tyson Fury beats yourself. Okay? And will you ask for a rematch? That's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Deontay Wilder's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.